Hi everyone, it's Anthony back with another video, and today we are talking all about exfoliation, chemical exfoliation to be exact, and a particular product that I've had in my routine for just about a month now. I think we're actually on week 3, but we'll get into why the product probably won't make it a full entire month. The product that we are talking about today is the Then I Met You Rosé or Rose Resurfacing Facial Mask. There you go. Let's see if that'll focus. This is a AHA and BHA exfoliating wash-off mask from the brand Then I Met You, which Charlotte Cho, which is the co-founder of Soko Glam, launched this kind of sister brand, I think a couple of years ago now, maybe 2.5, coming up on 3 years ago. And so this brand is kind of that step above the Soko Glam in-house brand and some of the curations they have there. All of the products are still formulated and produced in Korea, but they are sold through the Soko Glam site as well as the Then I Met You site. And it's one of my all-time favorite brands, not only for the brand messaging and the fact that I just adore Charlotte Cho, but also because they have a couple really all-star products that I keep coming back to. One of those is The Giving Essence, and it is a really super deeply hydrating essence with a ton of antioxidants in it. And then they also have their cleansing balm, the Living Cleansing Balm, which has a sea buckthorn oil and a really, really nice application and rinse that I absolutely love. So some of their products I'm not as big of a fan of. I wasn't a immense fan of the Calming Tide Gel Cream. Although it was a good product, it wasn't my all-time favorite, or one of my favorites. And then I didn't have that good of an experience with their cleanser. However, I am going to be trying that again. I think it has been a couple years, so I want to bring it back and see if my skin responds to it differently. Their toner was also really nice, but not my favorite toner of all time. It's a mildly exfoliating toner. So that's kind of a rundown of the products. Oh, they also have a lip balm or a lip gel that was very nice. So those are their products up until now. They also have a hydrating cream that was recently released, which is on its way to me soon. But the Rosé or the Rose Resurfacing Facial Mask came out earlier this year, I think at the beginning of 2021. And so it's taken me a little bit of time to finally work it into my routine, but it's here. This features a combination of glycolic, lactic, and salicylic acid. You've got 6% glycolic and lactic blend for your AHA, and then 0.5% of salicylic acid for your BHA. So when you're thinking about some of those super highly concentrated acid exfoliation masks or products, this does tend to, or it kind of skews on the lower end of things as far as concentration, especially since the lactic acid makes up a good percent of that 6%. That glycolic is just kind of a smaller amount, almost acting kind of as a support for the lactic acid. So when you look at that composition, it does skew more towards the gentle side of things when you look at all of these different exfoliating masks that are out there. You also have some other key ingredients here as well. You've got grape juice extract, which is going to provide resveratrol, which is a kind of tannin slash antioxidant that's found in grapes. You find it in wine, and it is used for its mild brightening, antioxidant power, and it also provides a little bit of an exfoliating effect as well. There's willow bark extract, which some people can say is what BHA or salicylic acid can be derived from, but it's not in its true BHA form as that willow bark extract, so that is almost acting as a soothing ingredient and anti-inflammatory. You also have some sweet almond oil here towards the bottom, separate resveratrol as its own ingredient, things like butylene glycol you'll find in here as well, and then some sugarcane extract, and you also have the added fragrance, which is a rose fragrance, and then you also have damask rose petals, which are kind of just sprinkled out within the formulation. And when it comes to those physical petals or physical bits that they will put into products, aside from maybe providing a little bit of physical exfoliation, I think they're mainly just for show. Especially here, the little chunks of rose are very, very sparse and sporadic, so I wouldn't say, ooh, the rose petals are gonna add an additional XYZ benefit, because you'll just have like a hunk of it right here on your forehead. I think it's mainly for the visual appeal of the product and to make it a little bit more exciting from a texture and consistency and visual standpoint. So this product looks just like it looks towards the bottom of that bottle, the jar. It's got this kind of rose, kind of dusty rose, a little bit of a peachy pink kind of hue to it, and you can see those little chunks of rose sitting in the product. This is one of those kind of jelly style wash-off masks, but it has a little bit, a slight creaminess to it as compared to one of my other favorite products. So you can see it's got a little bit of a creaminess to it there, and it got those little hunks of rose. So this product spreads on really, really nicely to skin. I actually use this product with a mask brush. I do a nice medium thick layer of the product all the way down to my neck just to address some of the hyperpigmentation and dark spot concerns that I have on my neck and jawline. And I let it sit for about 10 minutes. I think they say your maximum is 10 minutes here. Let's double check. So 10 to 15 minutes. So I do that probably right in the middle there, somewhere between 10 to 15 minutes. Leave it on, and then it does develop a little bit of a cast. It kind of starts to thicken up once it's exposed to air for an extended period of time. So it is a little bit of a pain to rinse. It becomes a little bit more tacky, a little bit more jelly-like, and so the water tends to just kind of slip around, and it does take quite a bit of water to get this fully rinsed. If you do have the option, and it's something that I started to do in the later weeks of trying this product, is I will do my double step cleanse outside of the shower, put this mask on and do my 10 to 15 minutes and then rinse it off in the shower, because it's a lot more efficient that way than sitting over the sink and just getting water absolutely everywhere, because it does take a lot of rinsing. So I've found personally with this mask that it does help to decongest and just resurface my skin pretty well. Even with that lactic acid being something that I typically don't reach for as often as I reach for glycolic acid, and that salicylic acid percentage being pretty low as far as concentration goes. 2% is usually what I'm aiming for. I still found this to help to reduce blackheads, to help reduce general blemishes and breakouts, and generally give my skin kind of a nice, soft, smooth feel, even out some texture irregularities, that type of thing. It really does work like it says it's going to work. It offers some brightening benefits as well, and overall, it's a very nice exfoliating mask. The issue there that I have, actually a couple. The first one is I don't really like the scent profile, that rose scent profile, and having that damask rose. It is a little bit of a fresh scent, but it also has some of that powdery potpourri kind of rose scent as well. And to me, it doesn't really follow what I thought the branding was for Then I Met You. They focus on green tea. They have, I believe there's some ginseng in some of their products perhaps. There's definitely some chokeberry in the essence. They've got that sea buckthorn. So they, to me, seem to skew a little bit more on the herbal side of things, kind of that medicinal herbal, bringing a lot of those ingredients that come from Korean traditional medicine and remedies, bringing stuff from that kind of environment into their formulations. And I don't necessarily see rose as often in that style of skincare products. So it did surprise me that they went that route. It seems a little out of character for the brand, but that's just me, you know, putting my own opinion on them, but I'm not a huge fan of it. The scent and smell, it just seems a little dated compared to what I see from their other products. The second thing that would probably keep me from coming back to this particular mask is the price per milliliter. So this is a 50 milliliter jar of product. Comes in this little box, and you get your spatula, and that retails for $56 USD, which for me, for an exfoliating wash-off product that, I'm gonna probably get one more use out of this, and so I think I will have gotten 6 uses out of it. So you're looking at just under $10 per application. Seems a little excessive. Even though my other recommendations are in that similar price point, the sizes are a little bit higher, but this one just particularly felt a little small. Like when this package arrived and I pulled out the jar, I was like, oh, that's surprisingly small for for the price point. So I know that Then I Met You does an amazing job of putting together their formulations. Like I said, they managed to get a lot of impact out of this 6% AHA, 0.5% BHA product. So their formulation is pretty well done, and there's a lot of time and intention taken to each one of these products. So I know that translates into price points coming up a little bit higher, and I'm more than happy to to pay that. But compared to some of my other favorites, it still falls a little bit higher than what I would typically pay for a product like this. So that's kind of my review of this product, the Then I Met You Rosé Resurfacing facial mask, or Rose Resurfacing facial mask. Beautiful looking packaging, excellent look and texture to the product itself, an effective exfoliation mask, especially those with kind of combination skin who are looking just to break up excess oil, unclog some pores, even out some skin texture, that type of thing. And the rinse doesn't leave me feeling particularly stripped or harsh or dried out or anything like that. It does leave a nice kind of natural finish to the skin, and even some instant brightening, which is nice. So it's just, don't care for the smell. It's a little bit outside of what I would think is reasonable for pricing for a product like this. So having said that, what I would recommend in place of that, and you've seen it before, some of my very first videos featured this product. This is the Peach and Lily Super Reboot Resurfacing Mask. And so it almost has a pretty similar name. Rosé Resurfacing Facial Mask, Super Reboot Resurfacing Mask. So both of these have that lower percentage of AHA and BHA. There's 10% AHA, which is a combination of, I believe, you've got glycolic and lactic here in the Super Reboot, and then you've also got 0.5% BHA. So this is just a little bit stronger on the AHA side of things, but this uses some blue agave nectar and some other really great hydrators to leave the skin feeling nice and soft and hydrated after that rinse. And rather than being a cream, you can kind of see it in there. It's a little bit more of a true jelly, kind of gloopy. It's got a very interesting consistency to it. So this is a little bit more of a jelly product, and I found that this applies even better and more thinly than the cream, which can get a little bit thick, especially around the nose area. So this one, I feel like it goes a lot further as far as application. I can probably get a good 20 applications out of this, maybe a little bit less, but somewhere right in that 15 to 20 applications per jar, and you're looking at 80 milliliters for $43. So 30 more milliliters for $13 less, and you're gonna get probably 3 times the amount of applications out of it. So just dollar for dollar, this just makes so much more sense. They really do perform similarly as far as bringing, reducing congestion, bringing excess oil and sebum to the surface of the skin, or make it a little bit softer and easier to work away from the skin, removing dead skin cells, or kind of helping to facilitate that sloughing of dead skin, and smoothing out texture. This is probably my favorite AHA BHA mask that I've ever used, and I do like some individual AHA BHA serums, or even masks that just have one or the other, but as far as a combo product that's also quite hydrating and soothing, this is probably still number one. And you can even see, like, it's a big boy compared to the Then I Met You product. So anytime anybody that would question me about, should I pick up that Then I Met You resurfacing facial mask, I'd say no. But have you tried the Super Reboot resurfacing mask? It's just, I think, slightly better formulated from a soothing and hydration standpoint, in addition to exfoliating, and it's more affordable. The last product that I'm going to call out is another AHA and BHA exfoliating product, but this one is not a wash-off. It's a leave-on, and it's just a toner fluid, and it's another one that I've really been loving for, once again, probably coming up on 2 or 3 years now, and that's the Moon Juice Acid Potion. This is a very highly concentrated product, much higher than what we've been talking about here. I believe this is a 25% blend of AHA and BHA. So you have salicylic, lactic, and glycolic in here as well. Some other mushroom extracts, some adaptogens, that type of thing to help with soothing and just kind of skin regulatory or skin balancing ingredients. But even though it's very highly concentrated, I find that they formulated this in a way that it doesn't feel particularly harsh or stripping or irritating. Even those with, rather sensitive skin, I think could get away with using something this potent, just in the way that Moon Juice formulated this. I love putting this either on a cotton pad or just splashing this directly to my face a couple of times a week to, just like these masks, create some more skin cell turnover, smooth out texture irregularities, reduce hyperpigmentation and dark spots, all those things you're looking for from your chemical exfoliation step. So this is 100 milliliters for $42. So twice as much for about, $14 less here. So another affordable option in comparison to the Then I Met You Rosé Resurfacing Mask. So the moral of the story is this one just seems like it falls in line with a lot of other products that I've tried and loved. It's just a little too far outside that that kind of scale or that pricing scale for a product like this. Even when we're looking at these, which I would call mid to high tier exfoliation product prices. So I don't know, let me know your thoughts if you have used this particular exfoliating mask from Then I Met You, and if you have had a chance to compare and contrast it with some of the other AHA, BHA rinse-off products or topical leave-on products. I'm always happy to do any first impressions with any products that you see behind me or products that you have some interest in or are wondering about. I'm happy to do a quick swatch of them or do a quick first impressions video. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay glowing. Bye!